This is Charlie, and today's video is very special because it's especially for my best friend Nikki. This video is on how to get a job, and this is mainly geared toward when you have an interview. So the way this came about was I was sitting in her car on the way to her school, and I told her right now I'm typing up a list of things that I want to talk about in my next video, and the video was going to be 10 things that I miss about Korea because a lot of people keep asking me if I miss Korea. So then she goes, well, I have a video request for you, and I go, what is it? And she's like, I have a request for you to make a video about how to do good on your interview and how to get the job. So she was like, and I want you to post it tonight because my interview is tomorrow. So this is for you, Nikki. Okay, so these are 6 tips on how to get a job or how to do well on your interview. Number 1 is make a list of all the reasons you're qualified for the job. This will give you things to talk about if they ask you. Think of any little detail that connects you with this type of job. For example, are you organized? If you are organized, this helps because they might ask you what is a quality that you feel would be good for this job. If the job specifically requires some type of organizational skills, you can say something more than just I'm organized. Don't just say I'm organized. Think of ways that make you an organized person. Are you organized because you make lists? Are you organized because you have a good memory and you're able to remember things, so therefore you're better organized? Things like that. Don't just say, oh, I'm organized, or oh, I have a good memory. You can say, have an idea of what makes you qualified for the job. What qualities can you bring to the job that will make you a better option? So things like you're organized, you have a good memory, you make lists, things like that. Okay, number 2, meditation or prayer the night before and the day of your interview. If you meditate, this is a great thing. If you pray, this is a great thing. The reason I said meditation is because usually when someone says prayer, they just think of like talking for like a long time. But when I say meditation, it's more of a be quiet and still kind of thing instead of just like random blabber type stuff, you know? So just be still. Imagine yourself at the interview being completely calm, happy, and having a good conversation with the interviewer. Imagine yourself being confident. Imagine yourself answering all of the questions. Imagine yourself after the interview and walking away feeling happy and like you did a good job, being proud of yourself. Imagine yourself getting the call, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Imagine yourself getting the call and that you got the job and your next day of work is this. So meditation or prayer, specifically quiet, very calm, peaceful meditation, that is very good. Number 3 is learn a little about the company before the interview. Ways to do this and questions to ask is, what does your position include? Finding out these things will help you to answer number 1 of what qualities do you bring to the job? What are you good at? If you know what the job entails, then you're more likely to get better answers for what your qualities are. So the next thing is, what does your position include? What is the company about? What's their company motto or goal? And the way to find this out is by stalking the company's website. By stalking the company's website, it will give you a good idea of their work philosophy. Some companies have a certain motto that they go by, or like a saying, and if you know these things ahead of time, that'll bring up more conversation in your interview. The next thing is number 4. It's getting a little windy. I hope you can hear me. Pick out clothes that you're going to wear and iron them the day before, and pick out clothes that make you confident. Hello. By picking out something that will make you confident when you go into the interview, you will have more confidence when you go out there. When you're talking to the person that's interviewing you, you will gain more of a confidence by what you're wearing, and they'll be ironed and neat, and you'll be presented as a neat person, organized person, a clean person, and it'll also bring confidence to yourself. I also mentioned this in my video on conscious change, about what you wear changes your attitude and your energy. So make sure you pick out clothes that make you feel very confident about yourself. On to number 5. Think of at least one question you can ask the interviewer about the company. If they ask you if you have any questions, this will show that you actually have an interest in the company. Usually, like around the end of the interview, they'll ask you, do you have any questions? And usually people say no, but if you ask a question about the company or the position, they will see that you have more of an interest about the job and more of a desire to actually get the job. So I'm going to give you a little example of a question you can ask. What are the typical work days like? In your question, add something you already know about, but ask if there are any other major aspects to the job. For example, you can say, I know that the job entails this overall, but are there any other aspects to the job that you can tell me about or explain to me that I might come in contact with? So something like that. The other question that I have is how often or how likely is it for me to move up in this company? This way they're finding out that you have an idea or an interest of staying there long term. This isn't just a short term type thing where you work for a month and then go. By asking if there is a way to work up in the company, they will see that you have an interest in bettering yourself, also improving the company and staying there long term. So the last point that I have or tip for you is number 7. On the way to the interview, listen to music that makes you happy and puts you in a good mood to be ready to receive the job. So by listening to music the night before and the day of, and on the way to your job, you're putting yourself in the mood and in good energy to receive the job. So I hope these tips work for you. You better comment and tell me you got the job. If you didn't get the job, it's because you didn't do number 2 right. And number 2 is prayer or meditation. I hope this helped you get the job, and if any of you think this helped, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.